We're gonna have a lot of fun today, from games that are still literally in beta to other games that completely flopped to complete Valorant ripoffs. Today we're gonna be playing and ranking a ton of these games. Starting with Fragpunk. Fragpunk is a pretty interesting game with a lot of different characters. And S2.
But what if you could change the rules?
And that's the main appeal, changing the rules. Fragpunk's niche is about every round not being the exact same, causing a ton of chaos. With that being said, it is still a tactical shooter, with the main objective being planting and defusing the spike. However, when it comes to their characters, the abilities that you can use are definitely more out there. This is a little bit of my very first game. Not gonna lie, I am super lost. You go first. I don't want to go first. You go first. Oh, you keep leading the way, nothing's gonna happen to you. Well, at least I still know how to bait my teammates, but anyways, this is basically how it works. There is a random card system. Each round you obtain points and you can put these points into the card system. So here we could do emergency evacuation, so when we're attacked you get 30% plus movement speed. There's stuff like double jump and tons more. And even the way the shop works is nothing like what I've seen before. It's not a shop. You select the gun you'd like to use at the beginning of the game, and as long as you're alive you can keep using that gun, but when you're dead the gun is now off limits for the rest of the game and you have to use a different gun. So you can literally start round one with the strongest gun in the game, but if you die round one, it is now off the table for the remainder of the game. Now, it has a lot of cool things going on, but for a tactical shooter, you can see on my screen, it is very chaotic, like super chaotic. And I'm not gonna lie, for my very first game, I was kind of frustrated because it has a lot of chaos going on for a tactical shooter. It leans even crazier towards the Overwatch side of things or Apex side of things than Valorant ever could, making things very frustrating, and I wasn't very sure how I felt with my first impressions, but then again, we did lose 0-4, so there's not too much to expect. Now, when you finish the game, you get cards. Like, there's so much. Look at this menu here. Looks like a mobile game menu. It's too chaotic. The way they highlight stuff, there's a ton of cards, and it's overall very overwhelming. So I took a little bit of break, and I went back into the game just to focus on the gameplay, and I started to enjoy it a lot more. Past all the chaos and all the shit that it throws at you, there's something pretty special here. To be honest, I'm starting to get the hang of this. I'm gonna try to like really lock in for this game, like really lock in. All right, hello friend. You need heals, brother. You need heals. Come here, bro. There you go. I've got you. I'm a team player. I do not bait my teams. All right, let's get on a site. Let's go. Let me defuse. How do I? Hey, we're defusing. Okay, kind of looks similar to the Valorant defuse. I'm not gonna lie. Like this main game loop is where it's Valorant-esque. All right, we're gonna do, dude, look, clone health. We're gonna have extra health. Dude, we have all these points, all 3 cards. We have a full deck. That is crazy. The rule changes are pretty intense, where the enemies only have like, just jump. Boom, we swapped sides. Now we're defending. That's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna buy a sniper. Dude, the fact you're attacking then randomly you're defending is so cool. Ooh, I'm goated. Come here. Oh my god. Dude, I love that sniper. I want to keep using it. Running gun. So now we have more accuracy while running. Okay. Dead. Easy peasy, easy peasy. I wanna heal up and plant. Oh, I'm last one standing. I already got like what, 1 or 2? I can like 1v3. I can do it. Let's lock in. Yeah, let's go. Let me plant, play post plant. Now, when it comes to enjoying this game, this is the round that sort of got me addicted. I'm not gonna lie. I got my traps down. I realized like I'm playing, oh my god, I almost fell off the map. I realized like playing the same character over and over definitely helps the enjoyment. I think I put a wall here for my flank. Yeah. So I got my flank. I'm healing up. I got my trap. There's 2 people left. Hello. Oh my god. Okay. Let me turn on a trap. Oh my god, they're getting hit. Oh, it worked. Wow. I hear them defusing. Sit down! I clutched. Oh my god. And yeah, that was the adrenaline. That was very Valorant or tactical shooter-esque. Now here in the background, I'm just playing a team deathmatch, so you can sort of get in and warm up and try it out. But overall, Fragpunk is actually really fun, and I realize it's having pretty good reception. It is not perfect by far. It still needs a little bit of polishing. I don't think it's balanced. I don't think it really has a competitive... I think it's gonna be more casual. That's the thing. It's very chaotic. There's a ton of RNG with the card system. so there's no way that it could be genuinely intensely competitive. It's 100% more casual version of a tactical shooter, but that's not a bad thing. It is a strong start to this video, and I contemplated for a while where I wanted to put it. I was debating between A and B, but ultimately it's still in beta and has a lot of positive reception, and I had a ton of fun, so A feels very appropriate. Now, as we enter the next game, this is a lot more of a Valorant competitor, Spectre Divide. I've covered this multiple times because it is a direct competitor, and since I've covered it and its downfall, it has fallen even further with a peak of like 1,700 players, where let's say Fragpunk is a lot more consistent, but it is still new, so we'd have to wait and see until after the beta. But still, even when you compare the early access to this game, Fragpunk is outpacing it. But anyways, enough about Fragpunk. Now it's time to talk about Spectre Divide specifically. Most people, if you've watched any of my previous video, know how I feel. It is actually a solid game that's still pretty fun, but it suffers from a few key things. One being graphically, it's hard to read a lot of what's going on. Most people do not have positive reception to the graphics, and you have to take people's word. You know, people who are playing are the numbers, and if the numbers keep going down, obviously it is one, not engaging enough, two, people have problems. A lot of people mention graphics as being one of the problems. Now, some of the good things about this game is the unique twist of controlling two characters. So it is technically 3 versus 3, but there's 6 people on each team, 6 versus 6. You control 2 of your Spectres. The Spectres themselves are very unmemorable. They don't have a ton of personality to them, if at all, really. A lot of the utility is hard to read and doesn't have personality either. And the the performance is kind of questionable. But there is still some good fun to be had here. I can't say that I didn't enjoy my time with the game. There's a lot of cheeky things you can do with the Spectre, and that alone is carrying the game heavily. The spike, you know, plant defuse, acing, even the UI elements are very Valorant-esque. This is probably the closest legitimate Valorant clone on this list. That's not just a straight up copy meme, like legitimately trying to fight in the tactical shooter space. But whether it's succeeding or not is pretty clear. Again, just based off of player base, it's dwindling, so it has not succeeded, and I don't know if they'll be able to succeed. A lot of the guns don't feel that great to use, and I know right now it's as if I'm leaning to putting it like at the bottom of the tier list, but I promise you, based off what's coming in this video, it's not there, because it is still made by a proper studio. It is still a really proper game. It has terrible performance even on high-end computers, which is a yikes, but it is still a fully functioning game. They rely heavily on using ADS, which is a little bit weird and a big departure from Valorant. However, with all that being said, it is free, so it is worth playing, and you will have some amount of fun before you never pick it up again. I genuinely believe this game will eventually fully close down. I do not think it will succeed, but inherently, I would personally put it in B tier. It's just gaining some points because it is a proper competitor to Valorant, where some other things on this list aren't, or they are, but like maybe a little bit memey. You'll understand in a bit. As for the next game, we have Strinova. Strinova is as if it's like Valorant X anime, but then they lean heavily on kind of being part Overwatch as well. It's really like if Overwatch and Valorant and anime had a baby. That is literally the best way to put it. They have a ton of characters. They lean heavy on the whole anime, especially female aspect of it. And to be honest, it is good fun. And I can explain why, as alongside a lot of unique things that are completely exclusive to Strinova, at least I think so. Once you choose your character, each character has their own set of abilities, like Overwatch. There is the buy menu. The buy menu is really weird because basically each character is tied to a gun, but use the buy menu to upgrade. So for example, ADS quicker, better hip fire, or you can upgrade your abilities, etc. So that's how the shop menu works. It displays and you use your points to upgrade what each character already has over actually buying new equipment like in CS or Valorant. Now, when you're actually playing in-game, it is third person, so that already makes it very different. On top of that, you can run, jump, shoot, a little bit almost like Fortnite-esque, but I like to use Overwatch as the example more based off how the abilities go. However, there is a primary game mode where you plant and defuse the spike, and in that sense, it can be tactical. But really, it's still its own unique game because, as you've probably already seen on screen, but I haven't mentioned, they have their own stringify mechanic, which lets you go from 3D to 2D whenever you want. You can use it to fly or float. You can use it to climb up walls. You can use it to literally dodge bullets, like literally going 2D, 3D, 2D, 3D during a gunfight, which actually adds a whole new skill floor and ceiling. So it really is unique. Its pacing is unique as well. It is probably one of the further games when it comes to directly competing with Valorant, but it still deserves a spot here here, outside of just planting and defusing the spike, you may have already noticed me and a ton of Valorant creators were sponsored by Strenova. So the company itself clearly sees you guys, Valorant players, as a direct target audience. So the company itself still technically sees this game as somewhat of a Valorant competitor. And since I've had access to it and I was able to play it and they gave me all the characters, why not use it to generate a non-sponsored opinion and put it in this video? The thing about this game is it's just not overly competitive or tactical. So just watch this. All right, I waited right for the game to start. I went 2D. I'm going to stay on this wall. I'm going to wait for them to come out here to take sight, and then I'm going to flank them. No one's come up here. Okay, run. I'm going to have a fat flank. So wait, if I go 2D, I make no noise. All right, interesting. Should I drop down here? All right. I'm very quiet. What the heck? Oh, huge flank. Oh, come on. Dude, I'm whiffing. Okay, I did a lot of damage, though. They still haven't noticed. They still haven't noticed. Shoot. My team's gonna wipe them. Wait, we're gonna win. This was a huge flank. Yo, easy peasy. What's funny is basically they added the spike, plant, and defuse and then made it a Valorant competitor. But then they've also sponsored all the Overwatch people because there's an escort the payload, which is the Overwatch-esque of it. But overall, with the third person and abilities and movement, it is definitely not very Valorant-like, and it's suffering even more than Fragpunk when it comes to the competitive nature. It can't be like under the tactical shooter umbrella. So for that reason, it definitely suffers in terms of its ranking for what this is supposed to be about, which is the direct competitive and feeling like as if I'm playing a different version of Valorant. And in that case, definitely suffers a lot. Like, it's A tier in terms of just having fun, but it's just not very Valorant-esque. Actually, I kind of wish I remembered I wanted to swap Spectre Divide and Strenova, because Strenova is just that much more fun and engaging that it still beats Spectre Divide, even though Spectre Divide is clearly way more Valorant-esque. Honestly, the fact that it copies Valorant so well is kind of carrying Spectre Divide in terms of this list, but it's not going to carry this next game, which is a Valorant copy without any of its positives or polishes. Now, thanks to this guy, because he's allowing me to actually use his footage of Operation Apocalypse, a mobile Valorant competitor with quite the story that I need to tell here, because it's very weird. So Operation Apocalypse is the second version of this game, which originally came out as a 100% clone. The skull at the bottom, cloned. The guns, cloned. The agents, cloned. The abilities, cloned. You saw Sage, you see Sova. All of you can read this like an exact clone without a second guess. There's the spike, there's the plant, there's the diffuse, there's the Reyna, even the knife animation copied exactly so you can draw the same face. It's not even close. Little fun fact though, it did come out with a replay system when Valorant did not, lol, but otherwise it is one-to-one a Valorant clone, and Riot was not happy. I mean, you're seeing what I'm seeing on screen. So Riot came out and said, nope, sued, lawsuit, get out of here. This is not allowed, and they basically got this company to shut down fully, and people lost basically the only Valorant mobile option. They, however, then came back as Operation Apocalypse, changing up a lot more. But as you can see here, this is like a Yoru flash, a lot of the guns, and they still have kind of the whole when you get a kill, the banner and stuff like that. But now it's much more Valorant-esque with some copies, more than it is just a straight up rip-off like the original release was. However, the story of this game doesn't actually end. The reason I can't play it and I needed to use someone else's footage is because I still tried to play it. I tried to do some fun little trickery to get an APK working on a throwaway Android phone, and I tried a few different things. But then to actually register and play, I need a Chinese ID. I need to give like a government issued ID to be allowed into this game. So I have no idea if it has any plans to come out in North America ever. So I don't know. Now, based off of just that alone, fact you need to like ID yourself to get access is going to drop it a lot. But then it's a mobile game, which is, I'll give it some credit, but then it's completely unoriginal and comes from a direct copy that got sued. D tier. I mean, I think you guys saw that one coming. And it's not just because it's a mobile game. Seriously, we have another mobile game that does get ranked higher. A little bit of a spoiler alert, but let's move on to the next game, which, Counter-Strike. Yes, the greatest Valorant copy there is on this list. I mean, like, goddamn. They just took everything that Valorant was and made it easier. Look at this. You can, like, jump shoot. You can, like, quickly flick. Look how easy this next flick is. It's crazy. I don't even have to look at the person. Ready? And boom, done. This is a cheater. This is a cheater. It was my second game of Counter-Strike, I believe ranked, and I had a cheater on my team.
Right, I cheat. You're fucking shit at the game. What?
Bro,
What?
this
You
game-
said?
Yeah, your shit. Your shit. Come on.
You know, Counter-Strike people talk a lot of shit about Valorant community.
Say you're dead. You're dead.
You're so good. You're so good.
Bro, honestly, I played a few ranked teams of Counter-Strike. Obviously, I know Valorant only exists thanks to Counter-Strike. I think it's a overall great game, but it's definitely got some problems. That's for sure. I think the gameplay itself, it's a lot of fun. I love how the gunplay is a lot easier to understand in the sense of you can actually spray. I like the map design a ton. I wish Valorant could take some genuine notes on how to make fun, engaging maps with very unique angles and a lot of different ways to approach each round. So like 100% this game's amazing. But when it comes to just the raw experience as a new player, people aren't very friendly. If you mention you play Valorant, oh my god, I got my head bit off, bro. All right, I can't believe I got a cheater right off the bat. At least we go. Oh shit. Yo, my bad. Yo, my bad. Bro, I'm new to this game. Yo, my bad. Okay, yo, we're even. But to say I wasn't having fun would be cap. It is still a great game. Obviously, it is the OG, all memes aside. Everything made more sense. The maps just make sense. The guns just make sense. And I really hope Valorant does take some notes from Counter-Strike.
Bots.
Phew, you're so bad, guys. You're so bad.
GG.
Go train.
GG.
It's my first game.
All good, all good, all good.
Honestly, he said it's all good, so I'm going to say it's all good and just bring Counter-Strike all the way to the top. Honestly, to be real, Counter-Strike, when it comes to this list, obviously Valorant competitor, check. Genuinely competitive, check. I played around with its rankings a ton. Theoretically, when it comes to this list, it has to be S or A tier. I think my personal ranking would be A tier in front of Fragpunk because of that fact that it's still a genuine game with a real scene and a ton of players and is already successful and is a Valorant competitor. But then objectively speaking, Valorant would not exist without Counter-Strike, which has to bring it up a notch more into the S tier. Personally A tier, but I think S tier makes sense overall. Time for the bonus game, Black Ops 6. It literally just launched and I was already editing this video and I thought, well, it has a search and destroy. You plant and defuse the spike, and if you die, you're eliminated for good. So that's kind of Valorant-esque. I mean, that's me planting a bomb if I've ever seen one. However, of course, this game is a little bit hard to take seriously and it can't be very tactical when you got Tom and Jerry type of scenes like this one. Yo, I swear there's, oh my god, he's right here. Come back, come back. Where is he going? Bro. Where is he? Hello? Dude, how much health does he have? Bro, what the fuck? This was a lot of fun to put in here, and the game is good fun, but it's obviously not a Valorant competitor, nor Valorant-esque. It has like 9 different game modes, but it wasn't even part of my original tier list, so we're just gonna put it in C and move on. And remember I mentioned a mobile game? Now there's a reason I'm doing this in this exact position. This mobile game is called Ace Force 2, and it's got a lot more polish. It's like if Counter-Strike and Valorant had a baby. Obviously it's a little bit more realistic. We see a barrier though when it comes to the guns. This looks like a ghost, but was that a jet dash? It sure was. The overall map is obviously up in the top left. It's just, even the way it's displayed is so Valorant-like, but in this case it does still have some amount of distinctions, and just the fact that it's mobile and polished kind of goes a long way in helping out its ranking here. Head tap still being one-shot kill. There's a lot of kind of familiarity, and the big one here, to be honest, is that first-person hip fire, right? However, the death sound for some reason straight out of Counter-Strike. But I mean, it's still got a lot going for it. This looks like the Prism. I'm not gonna lie, it looks like a Prism Bulldog in my opinion. Abilities, this is pretty interesting. You can do kind of like a flip-flop. It's like a Yoru TP, but, or no, more like Chamber, where you like swap positions with something else you place down. But clearly there was ability and animation polish. The way the sights look, my god, even the way they're outlined, exactly like Valorant. For a lot of people in the mobile scene, which I know you and I are not a part of, if you're watching my channel and you're not part of the mobile scene, a lot of people are very hyped for this game, and I decided to cover it because it's a great comparison when it comes to the original game of Operation Apocalypse as well as Operation Apocalypse. It's kind of goes to show that mobile can still have potential if done correctly. And for that reason, I think it gets a respectable C tier. Inherently, nothing looks that wrong with this game. It's just that if I don't have to play on mobile, I never will. Just the fact playing on mobile alone brings it down a ton, but it's still significantly better than whatever Operation Apocalypse was. Alright, time for the best Valorant competitor of all. Ooh!
One enemy
This
remaining.
Valorant makeover looking spicy, I'm not gonna lie. Look at those one taps, bro. Oh my god, do you see the Sage rework? The Sage rework is crazy. Watch this. Immediate aggression. Bam. Crazy sidestep. Easy one tap. Pop and swing. Push into their spawn because who needs a spawn? And absolutely obliterate everyone
One
in my
enemy
sight.
remaining.
Because only 6-year-olds are playing this game. This is Roblox Valorant, if you haven't already noticed. And honestly, it's kind of goated. I'm not going to lie. I mean, this is free and you could play this on mobile. Someone made this. Look at the spike, bro. Look at the spike. There's no diffuse. Wait, there's no diffuse animate. So wait, someone else can steal the diffuse from you? Wait, we can keep going back and forth stealing the diffuse from each other. Honestly, this is a very easy ranking. C tier, because it's still better than whatever Operation Apocalypse was. All right, we did Roblox. Obviously, we have to do Minecraft. I think most of you have actually seen this by now. It trended like crazy, and it's literally just someone who is insane and made a one-to-one Valorant copy in Minecraft, abilities, map, and all, like even the jet knives. It looks crazy. If you've seen it before, it obviously is crazy. The guy is super talented, so I just wanted to copy the IP and go check it out. It's that simple. All right, let's do this. I'm actually kind of hyped. I've seen it, but I've never tried it. Wait, what the heck is this? Bro, what is this? It's gone? They changed Valorant to Fortnite? Bro dropped Valorant and made it. Okay, I guess we're playing Fortnite. Fuck it, bro. Fuck it, we're playing Fortnite. Playing Fortnite, I guess. And it's empty. No one's here. Oh, this is a crazy Fortnite clone, though. I would have loved to try the Valorant version because this kind of goes hard. I'm not gonna. Oh, man, oh no, dude. Oh no, dude. All right, I honestly feel really bad, but like, what the hell can I do? This literally has to be the bottom of the barrel because it doesn't exist. This dude is very talented, and I'm not a hater, so I don't want to get flamed. Dude is talented, but it just doesn't exist. Still better than Operation Apocalypse, though. And finally, we have Valorant, the OG game itself, the GOAT, the best game on this list by far. What every other game wishes it could be, from the most precise gunplay to perfectly balanced metas, an absolute outpour of continued content coming in from the developers, custom game modes, and basically endless supply of fun. Valorant obviously ranks right at the top. Counter-Strike never even stood a chance, man. Not gonna lie. Video's done. Just kidding. This shit is ass. Never played this game. Operation Apocalypse is better than this.